Hello, welcome back to Maximum Attack Rallying and to this week's vlog, rally video, whatever you want to call it. Very different surroundings, as you can see. I am in the garden of a beautiful Airbnb in Suffolk, where we've been staying for the last few days. I would have tried to get the lovely Tudor cottage, which is over there, that way, in the background, but it just didn't quite work out with the light and things. It's 6 something in the evening. Yeah, so it's lovely. I'm on vacation, so we're a bit late this week just because I've had lots going on, and frankly being on vacation is a bit more important than making YouTube videos. But thanks for watching. If you watched last week's video, you'll know that next week I will be going to Barham Rally Zlin. You'll have to wait until after the event to see too much, but I'll try and do some little snippets while I'm out there. But I wanted to do the video this week just to talk a little bit about Finland and Elfyn Evans. I'll try and keep it short because I want to enjoy my vacation, sorry. A couple of new snippets. It's been confirmed that Danny Sordo will be back in the Hyundai Rally 1 car for Greece, which kind of makes sense. I feel like we're coming to the end for Danny Sordo, though. I think, oh, look at my hair, it's such a mess. I've been out all day, forgive me, like you care. This isn't a modelling channel. Yes, I feel like we're coming to the end for Danny Sordo, to be honest. I'm not sure that we will see him in the car next year. I think with Suninen being promoted, I think with Lindholm coming into the team, I'm not sure I see things lasting. I think if we see Danny next year, it'll be on an extremely limited basis. But I can understand why they've put him in the car, experience, you know, just get through the event and score points, which is kind of his speciality, isn't it? So there's that. One thing I just wanted to touch on in terms of leading us into Finland is Jari-Matti Latvala, who had his first outing in the Yaris Rally 1. Just brilliant moment at the end of the event. They opened the door at the end of the power stage. He just looked on top of the world, and I really loved that. I love that enthusiasm and spark and just love for the sport. You know, he loves what he does, and I thought that was a really nice moment. I hope we see more of Jari-Matti in that car, but I have read that he's doing rally in Hokkaido, Japan in the Rally 2 car, which is good. We'll also be doing his historic stuff in the Salikas, but yeah, I think it would be great to see him back in that Yaris at some point. I think it's good for the team. You know, he's got so much experience, so I think if he can get used to that car a bit more and do some more events in it, I think that could be really helpful for him learning how the car works and sharing that information with the team, but also with the drivers, and I think it just helps to bring them all together. So yeah, that was great to see his enthusiasm anyway. Also, just continuing on the emotion, let's say emotion rather than enthusiasm, Oliver Solberg's slightly sweary message at the end of Finland, when he realised that really he should have scored points. You know, he is without any doubt the fastest man in a Rally 2 car right now, and for him to go to Finland, not score points because he was worried about the result and the last few years not being ideal for him. He was the class of the field in Rally 2 terms, but did not score points, leaving Sami Pajari, to score maximum points and bring himself into contention. So that championship is looking amazing. I think the biggest story, of course, from Finland was the lack of Rally 1 finishes. I think which further highlights, doesn't it, the strength of the WRC2 field, and really highlights the cock up of Rally 1. I'll maybe talk about that in more detail next week before I go to Zlin. But having just a handful of Rally 1 cars finish is not a great look, is it? Yeah, so let's not talk about it. Let's do that in the next episode, rather than getting bogged down in that right now. The main thing I want to talk about in this video is Elfyn Evans and his win, which I thought was really good. I think what saddens me a little bit about Elfyn is that I just don't feel like he always gets the support and the respect that he deserves. We had a bit of a disagreement in our messenger group for the Pondy's Tash podcast. I don't know if you've watched that. If you never have, please watch it. It's on Facebook on Mondays. There's a group/page for it, Pondy's Tash, named after the great Tony Pond and his face fungus. So a few of us just chat about rallying and rally cars. So that's worth watch. But there's a bit of a disagreement amongst us about our view on Elfyn, and I know some of the guys don't hold him as high a regard as I do, and I see that. I think he has at times struggled, especially recently. But I think this rally just gone, he really showed that he was in a good place. I think to have won in Finland twice is a real achievement, and to win in those conditions when guys like Kalle Rovanperä crashed out, for me that win wasn't luck because some other people had problems. That was Elfyn showing just how good he can be, and the reason that he won wasn't because other people crashed. Those people crashed because they were going too fast. They didn't judge the conditions and drive to the conditions in the same way that Elfyn did. So I think that was a really impressive drive from Elfyn. I think he deserves a lot of respect for it, and I think he deserves a lot of respect for the level that he is at and has been at for the last few seasons. I think you could say that in pure ultimate, balls to the wall pace, an Ott Tänak, a Kalle Rovanperä, a Thierry Neuville are maybe a touch faster, on their day. But I think Elfyn's strength is perhaps similar to Richard Burns in a way. It was about the result. It's about driving to the conditions. It's more in the Ogier Loeb mould of not just being about pace, but being about management and doing enough, driving as fast as you need to drive rather than as fast as possible. And I think that's one of Elfyn's strengths and something that goes in his favour, and I think it went in his favour this weekend. So I think, while I understand the argument about Elfyn not necessarily being the very fastest, I think, well, okay, you can say that Tänak's faster, you can say that Neuville's faster, but if you look back over the last 3 seasons, well, in 2 of those 3 seasons, Elfyn's beaten both of them. He's finished higher in the championship than both of them, and ultimately, that's what counts, isn't it? It's results. This is a results business, and over the last 3 seasons, Elfyn has delivered better results more consistently than drivers that are, we're told, better than him. So I think it just makes me a little bit sad at times that Elfyn doesn't get the support he deserves. He is the best driver, best British driver, for the last 2 decades, and that is something that deserves huge respect. And I think we will look back on his career in the future, and I hope he's got many years to come, and I hope he can go on and win a championship. But even if he doesn't, I think we will look back on his career and realise just how good he was. I think, like so many, he won't get the recognition he deserves while he's still competing. I think there will be a time when people start to realise that, shit, he was the best we've had for a very long time. And given the state of British rallying right now, which is the topic of another video I need to do, I think, where is his replacement coming from? Where is the next Elfyn Evans coming from, let alone the next McRae or Burns or a British Ogier or Loeb? So I think, this isn't about blind patriotism. I don't say this just because I'm British and Elfyn's British. I think it's just because I genuinely think he deserves a lot more recognition and support than he gets. I think he's got a really enthusiastic backing from a certain group, and I just think he deserves more than that. He deserves more recognition. If it staggers me that people talk about him in terms of losing his Toyota seat, that he's not doing very good, Toyota will replace him. Well, if you look at it this season, he is the only driver outside Rovanperä to have won more than one event, excluding Ogier, who's not doing the championship. So I don't see what more he could be doing. What more can Toyota ask of him than he's delivering right now? He is second in the championship, comfortably second in the championship, and has won 2 events, is consistently in or around the podium. I think he deserves huge credit, and I don't see why Toyota would get rid of him. I know there's rumours flying around right now that Tänak might go back to Toyota, and that could leave Elfyn going to M Sport, for example. And I see it in a way. I think you can make the argument, well, Tanak's a champion, he's got this pace and all of that, and maybe in that circumstance you would have to make that switch, but I think you'd be a brave man to eject Elfyn from that team, given what he brings. He brings consistency. He's a team player. Can win rallies. I think he is a very difficult person to get rid of, and if Toyota did make that decision, if they thought they could get Tanak and Hyundai could get a sniff of him, I think they would be mad not to take it. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Please, 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 this isn't about patriotism. It doesn't matter where you're from. Please give Elfyn the credit he deserves, because he did a great job this weekend and has done a great job over the last few seasons. So I hope this is a turning point. He's not had an easy ride with that Rally 1 car. He was much more comfortable in the old 2017 generation car, but I hope he's really now starting to get into the swing of it and will continue on this trajectory. So I think that's about it. I think we'll wrap it up there. Just a brief overview. Just a couple of housekeeping things. Obviously, I would love if you liked this video, if you commented on it, if you subscribe to it. You can tell me I'm completely wrong about Elfyn Evans or anything else. You can make suggestions about what you'd like to see me talk about. So yes, please like, comment and subscribe. I would love to do more with this channel because it does give me more opportunity to do slightly different things than Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, please follow me on there at Maximum Attack Rallying, because that is where I do a lot of stuff, and as I said in the last video, you can read little articles. I will get the Rally Finland review up as soon as possible. I share pictures and videos, so that's a good thing to follow. You can also follow me on Twitter or X or whatever the madman's calling it this week, at Maximum Attack DT. And if you're wondering why it says DT, it's because I used to be involved with Drive Tribe before that imploded. That was it, exploding. Imploded, exploded, whatever. So yes, please follow and like, and the more you do that, the more I can do. So thank you again for watching. Next week, as I said, I will try and talk a little bit about Rally 1, which that might be a rant. So brace yourselves. And after that, we'll get into Slin. I'll try and share as much as possible from that. And obviously, I'll do a proper video afterwards. So yes, that's it. Thanks for watching this very episode from this lovely sunny garden. I'm going to go and eat something, and I hope you will join me again next time.